Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. This is Dream Another Day Tarot, and this is going to be a reading for whoever needs to hear it. Please keep in mind these are general readings, so they may or may not resonate with you. Just take what does and leave the rest for somebody else. Also, please keep in mind that gender is fluid in tarot, so just place yourself where you fit in the storyline, regardless of gender, and I will use gender-neutral language as much as possible in order to make these readings more inclusive for everybody, okay? If you're interested in any of my other disclaimers, they're all down in the description box. That's also where you will find my link tree so that you can visit and find me on other socials. And all of the details for booking me for a personal reading, as well as when I go live, is all down in the description box as well, okay? I do go live every Friday, and I will answer your questions for free in the chat box. And it's at a first come, first serve basis. So if you are interested in joining me live, please do subscribe if you're not subscribed. Hit the bell, and then that way you will get a notification when I'm going live, because the time varies every Friday. But try and get there quick so I can answer your questions. Okay, we have the Empress coming out. Great card to start off the reading. This is about abundance, self-love, self-mastery, as in like getting into a place of receptivity, because even receptivity takes a lot of practice. Receptivity takes a lot of self-confidence and a lot of self-love. So that may be where you're, excuse me, that like caught me off guard. The Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Damn. Okay, so this is kind of like a blending of energies here, where it's somebody out there is feeling really strong and holding a lot of boundaries, but they may come off as very open-hearted and loving here, and trying to kind of balance these two energies, which honestly, like, from my perspective, that's the goal. The goal is to master both, right? So let me go ahead and say my affirmations, and then we'll go ahead and get deeper into this reading. Thank you so much, Spirit, for your divine messages and guidance. We are deeply grateful, and we know we couldn't do this without you. Would you please help guide the collective spirit for their highest good, and please bless us and protect us as we move forward into this reading. Okay, I just need to get in the vibe, get in the zone. All right, thank you, Spirit. Ooh, the Empress is all about being vulnerable too. So it's crazy that you've got, like, you know, Queen of Cups in reverse. I just got a message with that. It's almost like there's somebody around you. That's the energy that's coming out. I don't necessarily see this as your energy. I really see this as your energy, the Empress energy. And now also remember, people are, you know, reflections of us, and we are reflections of them. So sometimes we bring things out of one another. Sometimes we, you know, encourage each other, and other times we maybe are somewhat discouraging. Really just depends, okay? I don't know why that's coming through. But look, even if you look at their the end of their braids, there's these charms hanging from the end of the braid. Queen of Cups has the same thing. So it's like kind of an interesting crossover between them, but this one is coming out in reverse. So I would just say that maybe there's somebody around you who is just like not feeling your vibe, or like something like that. I'm getting that they don't have a lot of love towards you. Their energy towards you is not very loving. Okay. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. I wouldn't waste your time and energy trying to make it work. I don't know why I'm getting that. It's not a long-term thing anyway. Like, if you look at this, it's kind of like the Knight of Pentacles is all about sustained effort over time. And so coming out in reverse is kind of telling me that, like, you know, this isn't something that you necessarily need to put a lot of work and energy into, because it's kind of, you know, it's not going to like last forever, or it's not a long-term connection. This is just kind of a fleeting, passing by type of connection. You've got the Nine of Swords in reverse here, which is also another reminder to let go of anxiety. So give me 1 second, y'all. I need to turn this light down. It's like kind of crazy, right? So I would look at this as like not that big a deal. That's the energy that's coming through. It's not that big a deal. If you have somebody around you who's kind of like, you know, meh towards you, or they don't really have like the best feelings about you in the world, or there's just not really a good vibe between you or something, Spirit's saying don't fucking worry about it. You know, don't put a lot of work and effort into making it better, and don't necessarily like worry about it being like not great either. I don't know. Spirit's saying it's just like not that big a deal. That's crazy. Two of Wands. Wow. Butting heads. And it's funny because the Two of Wands is all about like building your connections and expanding and, you know, making plans. And it's like, it's kind of like the world is burning. Like, I'm not trying to be dramatic here, but the world is burning. Why are you butting heads? You know what I mean? Like there's way more important things to be thinking about, to be worrying about. Three of Cups in reverse. It's like, yeah, you guys just don't get along. You don't really vibe very well. It's okay. I don't know. It's not worth like putting your time, effort, and energy into thinking about it, worrying about it. You know, it's such a funny message. Wow, look at that. Page of Wands and the Seven of Swords in reverse. It's really interesting. It's kind of like, look at it from this perspective. You know, if anything, and this is not to be like rude, but just look at the fact that somebody maybe is coming through as a Page of Wands, right? So maybe somewhat young, like they could be younger than you, or they could be, you know, still learning things, or, you know what I'm saying? Or they're kind of starting fresh in life. They're kind of on a new path, a journey, or a new life path or something. And you happen to cross paths with them. Like they're a little bit more innocent than I think you're giving them credit for. And I also think that it's important to, again, have those boundaries, but then also recognize that you kind of have more of a nurturing maternal energy in the situation, and it could be because you're, you know what I mean, like I said, maybe you're a little bit older than them or something. So don't take them too seriously when it comes to like the harm they can cause you, because Seven of Swords in reverse tells me that I don't think they necessarily have bad intentions, but I just think the energy could be misinterpreted that way. So I would just kind of like, don't stress too much on this person, basically, is what I'm trying to say. They're kind of like no, and I'm not trying to be rude here, but it's like they're kind of no match for your watchful eye there. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, don't really stress too much on it. Okay. All right. Thanks, Spirit. That's a good message. Any other messages? Got it. Chariot in reverse. Okay. So the Chariot in reverse is kind of coming through as like a challenge coming up, where it's like challenging for you to move forward. Maybe it's challenging for you to move forward in this particular dynamic, because you're kind of like, maybe you're somewhat sensitive to that kind of energy, or you're kind of like, you feel somewhat, I don't know, Ace of Wands in reverse. What an interesting energy here. See, this is why you feel threatened by this energy, or this is why you don't like this energy, because I feel like I said, it's like, it's not as big of a deal, meaning I don't think it can impact you the way that you, like, you're not worried about it impacting you. It's like kind of more of like a thorn in your side kind of energy. But the reason why it irks you, okay, the reason why this bothers you is because this person may have a little bit of a restrictive energy, in that they're maybe not wishing you the best here. Nine of Cups in reverse, Ace of Wands in reverse, Chariot in reverse. It's kind of like they subconsciously or consciously kind of want to hold you back. Don't necessarily want you to be happy and having brand new beginnings and moving forward and all that sort of thing. Okay, I'm getting another message. Yeah, I don't like this. I mean, like, yeah, I don't like this. I think that as far as like making the connection or the relationship or the dynamic work with this person, Spirit was saying it's not really worth that energy and effort, and to not necessarily let it carry so much weight when it comes to like how it impacts your energy. But I can see why Spirit's giving you that advice, because it's kind of something that is not feeling good. Okay, Page of Wands and the Seven of Swords in reverse is kind of almost saying this person may come off very innocent, but this is kind of being revealed, that energy, right? That's kind of why it's in reverse. Also, Seven of Swords in reverse is like revealing sneaky behavior, but it's also talking about not only that, but like you could say that like maybe this person is not, I don't know, I don't like this energy. I don't like it. That could be why it's bothering you, is because maybe this person has a jealous streak. Hangman coming out in reverse. Ace of Pentacles. You know what? Because y'all, I have to say this, when you are like being blessed, or you're about to be blessed, or you're coming up in the world, or something is moving forward for you, people can feel that, and sometimes people have somewhat like toxic reactions to that. It says a lot more about them, okay? And I don't even think that you're gloating. I don't even think that I think you're trying to take space away from this person, but they're kind of secretly wishing and hoping that you don't move forward. And that could just be coming from their own insecurity, you know? That shit happens. It happens, bro. Because maybe they just feel like they're not on your level, you know? So they may be like projecting a little bit. Six of Pentacles in reverse. Six of Pentacles is all about generosity and charity, you know, and giving. And it's almost, in this one, it's like a kind of a maternal figure giving to the other one. It could be because you're not necessarily giving to this person, because you're not putting effort into the dynamic or the relationship. You're kind of like not really participating in that way. And maybe that's making them feel a certain sort of way about it. All right, what's the advice, Spirit? I know you said it's not that big of a deal. Don't make a huge deal out of it. Hangman in reverse. Maybe you've had some time to think about this, and now you're coming out of that contemplation and kind of gaining a little insight here. You've got the Fool card, okay, and the Tower in reverse. So Five of Swords. Oof, at the bottom of the deck. Ugh, we hate it. I really don't like this energy. It's kind of like it's almost like as you're stepping into this new beginning with the Fool card, reaching for your goals and your dreams, it's like this dynamic, this situation, whatever it is, it's gotta go. It's gotta go, because it's not gonna be conducive. This is talking about avoiding disaster, but also something needs to come down, something needs to be fucking shit, excuse my language. High Priestess, you already know. Your intuition is telling you gotta get out of this situation, whatever it is, because it's not gonna be conducive for your success. It's time for you to start something new, because this petty, egoic, backstabby behavior, you already know what that's all about. You already know. Part of you may also be feeling kind of guilty that you've been cold towards this person, but it's because your intuition is telling you can't necessarily trust them because of this jealous streak energy. So what's the advice, Spirit? Start over? Not start over, but like start off somewhere new. That's kind of the energy. Eight of Swords, but you feel kind of stuck. I don't like this. Hierophant in reverse. Because you live somewhat of a non-traditional lifestyle. Maybe you're having trouble with money. Maybe you're self-employed. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay? That's the energy I'm getting. Don't worry about this so much. But I get it. I get why you're needing the advice to not worry, because this energy sucks. Sucks. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Okay, any other final messages? 7 of Cups. You've got options, boo-boo. You've got options, okay? Just seeing the 7 of Pentacles in reverse again, so I'm kind of trying to think like, maybe the wait is almost over. Look at that Death card coming out again. Oh, when I say again, I'm sorry. That was in the TikTok reading I just did. Which, if you're not following me there, you know, might as well. I do shorter readings there, and then I hop right onto YouTube. So, oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. If you like this video, please do hit the like button, drop me a comment, subscribe. If you're not subscribed, hit that bell so you know when I go live. And check out the description box for all the details on how to book me for a personal reading. Drop me a donation, find me on other socials, all that jazz. Spirit, let's get some solid advice. One last little bit of advice here before we close out this reading. I just feel like if things are about to transform for you in your life, you've got to put this to rest. You got to move on into a better situation, but you feel kind of stuck because of your finances or something like that. And I know that can be really challenging. 4 of Wands. Wow. Some kind of connection coming in. 6 of Wands. Some kind of success happening here. But look at that, 6 of Swords in reverse. You're having a hard time moving forward, moving on to a better space. Again, because you got the Chariot in reverse, the 6 of Swords in reverse. Eight of Swords. Damn. It's very curious. You're being held back in so many ways from being able to move forward. Look at that, the Devil. Damn. It's like the illusion of being stuck, though. That you can't move on, you can't move forward because you feel stuck. There's that Page of Pentacles in reverse. Ooh, something about this doesn't feel good. I don't feel right. There's something weird about this. My intuition is, my alarm bells are ringing, okay? My alarm bells are ringing. Something like sneaky afoot. Look at that, 5 of Wands. Conflict. Unable to move forward. Something so weird, yo. Somebody somewhere is burning a candle, bitch. You know what I'm saying? And doing some stupid shit. That's what I'm getting. You're just picking up on the energy. It's just like someone sending you a message and saying, hey, I don't like you. I don't want you to succeed because I'm jealous of you. It's like, that's the message somebody's sending here. Don't let that keep you up at night. Don't let that give you anxiety. It's just an energy, okay? I'm telling you. A lot of times this kind of like, you know, dark magic shit that people do to try and hold you back is literally just sending psychic attacks your way. And it's really ultimately up to you whether or not that shit works. Because that's the only way that black magic works. I'm telling you right now. You know what I mean? Unless, of course, you've done something to deserve it. I never condone using, like, black magic, dark magic against people. Because truly, if somebody is really doing awful things, this is just my opinion. I know everyone's different. You know, so here's the thing is that I respect that if somebody is like a real bastard and, you know, you don't wish them well, you know what I mean? I say to each their own. And so I personally am like, you know, I know there's a lot of people out there right now who may be feeling a lot of certain kind of ways, and they're people that I, you know what I mean, say that I would respect and vibe with and agree with in a lot of ways. if people who are typically like, you know, more like white witches or white magic, or, you know, kind of more on the positive uplift humanity side of magic, right? And they're being kind of pushed to do things that they normally wouldn't do. Okay? I'm saying I'm not condemning anybody. Okay? I'm not condemning anybody. I'm like, you know, I know that to a certain degree that people have the capability of balancing both, and I'll leave it at that. Y'all do you, boo. I'm not condemning anybody, okay? But I never ever will encourage you to do something out of jealousy, to do something out of hate, or because you don't want to see someone succeed because it triggers your ego and it triggers your wounds, and you don't think they deserve it, right? When in reality, you probably don't really know shit about their life, you know? So if you're having hate on someone because of some like personal beef or some BS that's like you never really even explored having that conversation or whatever it is, I'm just saying that I never encourage that, because ultimately you're just going to hurt yourself if you do that to people, and especially if you do it to people who don't deserve it, and people who have spiritual protection, and people whose ancestors are right behind them. You can't fuck with people like that. I'm telling you that it's not even right that you fuck with people like that, and it's also not worth it, because it's going to come back on you. Okay? And there's a difference between not liking somebody and wishing harm upon somebody. Okay? You have every right to not like somebody. That's your prerogative, honey. Not everyone's going to like you, and you're not going to like everybody. That's okay. It's okay to not like people, but it's not okay to want bad things to happen to them, or want them to stop being, you know, moving forward and succeeding in their life. It's really, really a toxicity that will ultimately just hurt you. So I never encourage people to do that. Don't feed the jealousy, okay? Don't feed the anger and the hostility and the resentment, you know? If anything, you need to focus on your own healing and move away from people who trigger your envy or who trigger your jealousy, until you're in a stronger place to be able to start to integrate that, you know? And I recommend that, because we all, I think, are wired, not necessarily like genetically. I mean, we're more so like hardwired. We're like, not hardwired. I don't like that word either. We are conditioned. How about that? We're conditioned to have jealousy and envy. You know, we're conditioned to have insecurity, and those two things go hand in hand. So the only way that you can really overcome that is by through practice, you know what I mean? And practicing within. When those feelings come up, feel them, address them, and then let them go. Let them detach from the person that is the focus of the jealousy and the anger and the hate, right? Try and let that go, you know what I mean? So that you don't harbor those feelings and then project them on other people, and then create toxicity in your relationships and in your environment. You know what I mean? And I know that this can be a very challenging topic for people, and I'm not coming from a place of judgment, okay? Because any of the base feelings that we feel, that they're not there to be judged by anybody else. It's not my place to judge your emotions, okay? But the position that I sit in this moment, you know what I mean, giving you a reading, is as somebody who I'm taking the responsibility of being honest with you and trying to help guide you out of toxicity, okay? That's kind of my angle, right? So I'm not going to encourage that kind of thing. I'm not going to encourage you to think about your ex, or encourage you to think about their karmic, or whatever the hell, okay? And that, like I said, no shade on other readers either, okay? Everyone has their own vibe and their own purpose and their own thing that they're doing right now to help lift humanity, right? Or whatever. I mean, maybe not every single reader is of that, you know what I mean, opinion or of that angle. But I still can't judge them either, because they're at a certain place in their journey too. And it doesn't mean anything, like I can't judge, basically is what I'm saying. I've made the decision to not judge. So I'm not judging, I'm just saying that it's not for me. You know what I mean? That's where I draw my line. So if that makes sense. So what I'm trying to say is that if there are other people who are having this energy towards you, it's like, to a certain degree, you have to recognize that it's only as powerful as you let it be. Once it hits your energy field, then you get to decipher and distinguish and kind of like, you know, translate that energy to a certain degree and be like, where's this coming from? Like, oh, this is like coming from maybe a possibly insecure and jealous person, which is, you know, I have compassion for that. That sucks. You know what I mean? I hate to feel insecure and jealous. You know what I mean? I've felt it before. We've all felt it. So if you feel that that's coming from somebody, try and have a little compassion for them while also holding boundaries to that energy and saying, I recognize what that is. Once you deal with it enough, you start to recognize it and you go, okay, I recognize what that is. That's, you know, doesn't feel good. It's not fun. It bothers me. It's a little bit of a thorn in my side. But once I forgive it and I make space for it to kind of, you know what I mean, translate through my energy out into the ethers and just go away, then it's like you can continue. You end up being a powerful transmuter. Okay, so you have the capability to transmute energy that's coming at you out of your energy field and away from you, and create boundaries towards that energy so that then it's curbed before it even starts to impact you. But sometimes when you're in a place of vulnerability or you don't expect it because you're like in a good mood or your life is going well, it's really easy for that kind of energy to like penetrate and really bother you, you know? But that uncomfort, like that discomfort and the unpleasantness of those types of feelings is really what creates the impact. Okay, it's the fear that somebody is going to take more drastic action. Well, if they're going to send bad energy my way, well, then what else could they do? Right? So it's fear, it's illusion. That's what black magic is. Okay, it is. And that's part of the reason why a lot of people will, and I'm telling you, just don't let this keep you up at night. Like, don't let this bother you, because that's precisely what the intention. Okay, the intention of black magic and what it's actually capable of doing may be two different things. Okay, but what it's capable of doing is bothering you to the point of making life decisions, like not taking care of yourself well, or, you know, neglecting responsibilities, or whatever it is that will cause you to veer off the path. And then the veering off the path is what causes anything else in your life that could happen. That is, you know, was the initial intention of the black magic. So am I saying that it doesn't work? I'm saying that you are the deciding factor, not this bitch, not their candle, not no goddamn thing. Okay, excuse my language, not anything that comes at you. You are the deciding factor. Okay, and that should empower you, all right, and not scare you and make you think, well, what if I'm not strong enough? Trust me, you are. You're way stronger than you give yourself credit for. All of us are, you know, and that's the thing. These people have the capability and the strength. If they have the capability to sit down and think awful things about you and light candles and bullshit like that, trust and believe people do that shit, okay? Of course they do. Especially these days. It's like anybody can be a fucking Google wizard, you know what I mean? Like, people be like, how can I? Of course they do, okay? Now, like I said, do I judge those people? No. Do I pity them? Kinda. You know? Well, because they could be using that energy to overcome the feelings of jealousy and anger and hate that they have. And instead of feeding it and trying to use it against other people, they could take that time and energy to figure out how to heal, okay? And how to get out of that energy and how to prosper themselves, you know? That, I mean, it's all about goals, okay? What are your goals in life? Is your goal to take other people down? Well, there's some people who deserve it, like I said, you know, so I'm not necessarily condemning anybody. No, I'm not even condemning the people who do this shit out of jealousy, all right? I really am trying to come from a place of compassion and realize that people have unhealed wounds and it's not fair, and it's probably not their fault to begin with, but they do have a responsibility to deal with that shit in a responsible way so that they don't hurt other people in the process, okay? So that's their accountability, that's their responsibility, and that's where you draw your line and hold those boundaries and recognize that as much compassion as you can have for somebody, you can't let them into your energy field and let them bother you and hurt you. You know what I mean? So this is like, again, that really, really powerful energy between being an empress and being a queen of swords, honey. You know, you're like, I am a compassionate, leader, right? In my own life, right? Think about it this way. But I'm not a benevolent one. Well, okay, maybe not that. I would say you're a compassionate person, but you're not a stupid person. Okay? You're not weak, okay? Your kindness is not weakness. And maybe that's what someone has got you all fucked up about. They got you fucked up. Okay? You're not going to allow their bullshit to bother you. You're the type of person, okay, where that you need to block somebody. You need to close the message. You need to avoid contact. You need to go no contact in some cases. You need to continue to shine, continue to put out the content, continue to do whatever it is you do, you know? And don't let someone's energy stop your shine and hold you back. That's all I'm saying, you know? So I love you guys. I know you can do this. I know that you can transmute this energy and create healthy boundaries and say fuck that shit and keep thriving, you know? Thriving. You see what I'm saying? Keep thriving despite the creeps, okay? And all you creeps out there, boo-boos, I love you, and I hope that you choose to focus on yourself and healing yourself so that you stop wasting your time and energy taking down people who are not ever going to get taken down by your bullshit anyway. Okay? So let it go. Everybody let it go. Okay? No more stress. No more worry. Look at that. Wheel of Fortune. The wheel keeps on turning. Sometimes we're up. Sometimes we're down. You know what I mean? And it's all about your mindset and your attitude, okay? So if you want to look at people who are on the up and be mad and upset with them, that's not going to help you get on the up. You know what I mean? And then what happens when you are on the up? You look down at the people who are on the down. It doesn't matter if you're up or down, boo. If you got hate for other people, it's not going to matter. You're just going to hate people who are not in your position, basically. You know? And that's just not healthy. Okay? So we're going to close out this reading. We've given enough time, energy, and attention. Okay? I appreciate you all. You gotta realize it's all about mindset, and you can't let people upset you to the point of impacting your ability to be successful. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the whole point. That's what they want. That's the only way it can work. Okay, we are pulling a couple of romance oracle cards just to change the energy. And then we're going to close out this reading. Please do remember to hit that like button, drop me a comment. Of course, subscribe if you're not subscribed. I do have a goal by the end of the month. So if you want to help me reach that goal, please do hit that subscribe button. By the end of July, I'm going to reveal my subscriber count because YouTube is no longer allowing creators to hide their subscriber count. Because if you see my account, I have it off because I'm a smaller channel and I'm growing. So I kind of wanted to, like, you know what I mean, not really like let people know like just how small my channel is, and not out of insecurity, but because I know how like the algorithm works. I know how people are, and if you see a small number, you tend to discredit the message. So I figured, well, maybe I'll just let people make their own distinctions, you know. But so we're well on our way. We're growing, and so if you would help me continue to grow my channel, it would mean the world to me, so that when we pull back that red curtain, we've got a decent little number to work with, you know? So anyway, passion is the card that's coming out. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. Yeah, why do you think people are jealous, boo-boo? Just kidding. But no, for real, like, you know, if you are magnetic, you do have a seductive quality, and that's part of the reason why this stuff happens. Haters gonna hate, okay? Wow, you got the reflection card. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. Aw, that's really good. Yeah, I love that. Wow, look at that. I'm gonna read this. Well, no, Spirit's saying not to. Never mind. I think that's a good way to think about it, is try and create space energetically between you and other people who there may be a little bit of tension. Don't stress and worry about it too much. Recognize that it's probably coming from a place of unhealed wounds that need healing. Hold them accountable, okay, and keep boundaries, but also send them a little love and compassion. Transmute any of that energy that's coming at you out into the ethers, let it go, and continue to stay on your path, okay? Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Blah, blah, blah. No, seriously though, I really appreciate y'all, and I love this channel, and I hope that you will become a part of the dreaming community here and dream another day with me. So anyway, I gotta go. Love you guys. Bye.